Hello, student of class 5, welcome back to social studies class. Today we will be doing chapter 3, movement of the art. This will be your last chapter for your second term syllabus. In this chapter we are going to discuss about rotation of the art, revolution of the art and eclipses. Okay? Now you can turn with me to page 17. Movement of the art. There are two movements of the art, that is rotation and revolution. First we will do rotation of the art. Okay? Now see this diagram carefully. Okay? You can see here this is the art. Okay? And this is an imaginary lines. An imaginary lines, and this is North Pole and this is South Pole. So unimaginary lines joining North and South Pole is called an axis. Now tell me, what is an axis? An imaginary lines joining North and South Pole on which the art spin is called an axis. Okay? Now you can see here an axis. This axis is tilted at an angle of 23.5 degree to the plane of Earth's orbit. Okay? Now again you can see here west and this side is east. Okay? And you can see here arrow. Okay? This means that the earth revolves around, moves around from west to east. The earth spins from west to east. Okay? So the spinning movement of the earth on its axis from west to east is called rotation of the earth. So what do you mean by rotation of the earth? The spinning movement of the earth on its axis from west to east is called rotation of the earth. Okay? And this rotation of the earth, the earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Okay? The earth takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Okay? And this rotation of the earth causes day and night. So how did the earth, this rotation causes day and night? And you can see here sunlight, is it not? Sunlight. When the earth spins, when the earth revolves around, one part of the earth receives sunlight and the other part which is away from the sunlight is in total darkness. So the part which receives sunlight has day, and the part which is in total darkness has night. In this way we can say that rotation of the earth causes day and night. I think you are clear about rotation of the earth. Now number 2, revolution of the earth. Okay? Now see the diagram again carefully. You can see the sun here. The sun is in the center and the earth is revolving around the sun in fixed part, and this fixed part is called an orbit. Okay? So what is orbit? What do you mean by orbit? The fixed part that revolves around the sun is called an orbit. Okay? And what do you mean by revolution of the earth? The movement of the earth, okay? The movement of the earth that revolves around the sun is called revolution of the earth. Okay? So orbit is the fixed part where the earth revolves around the sun is called orbit, and revolution is the movement of the earth that revolves around the sun. Okay? Now this revolution of the earth causes seasons. Okay? How it causes seasons? Now you can see here when the earth is here, when the earth is in this part, in this position, you see that the North Pole tilts towards the sun and the South Pole tilts away from the sun. So the northern hemisphere has summer and the southern hemisphere has winter, okay? And when the earth is here, okay, the northern hemisphere, the north pole is away from the sun and the south pole is towards the sun. So the northern hemisphere has winter and the southern hemisphere has summer, okay? And when the earth is here, okay, in this position, you see here that the north pole turns away, moves away from the sun, and the south pole moves toward the sun, okay? So the northern hemisphere has autumn, the southern hemisphere has spring, okay? And when the earth is in this position here, you can see that the north pole turns towards the sun, and the south pole moves away from the sun. So the northern hemisphere has spring and the southern hemisphere has autumn. So in this way we can say that the revolution of the earth causes season, okay? And this revolution of the earth takes 365 1/4 days or 1 year to complete one revolution, okay? But we have only 365 days in our calendar, is it not? So what about this 1/4 day? What about this 1/4 day? This 1/4 day is added to make one extra day, okay, one extra day, and this extra day is added every 4 years to the month of February, okay? And so February has 29 days every 4 years instead of 28 days, okay? And when February has 29 days, a year has 366 days. And when a year has 366 days, it is known as leap year. Do you understand? Now, we will see what do you mean by equinox and solstice, okay? March 21st and September 23rd is known as equinox, okay? Why? Because on this day, okay, the length of the day and night is equal on equinox. Why? Because the rays of the sun shines directly to the equator, okay? That's why the day and night are equal. Understand? And June 21st and 22nd December is known as solstice. Why? Because on this day, on June 21st and 22nd December, the sun shines directly on the Tropic of Cancer on June 21st, and the sun shines directly on the Tropic of Capricorn on December solstice. That's why the day and night are not equal, okay? Day and night are equal in equinox, but day and night are not equal in solstice. Understand? Now, number 3, eclipses, okay? Now, first we have to know the definition of eclipse. What is an eclipse? An eclipse is an astronomical event that occurs when the heavenly body such as moon or planet move into the shadow of another heavenly body, okay? Let us say again, what is an eclipse? An eclipse is an astronomical event that occurs when the heavenly body such as moon or planet move into the shadow of another heavenly body, okay? And there are two types of eclipse. They are solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, okay? And we have already learned about rotation of the earth and revolution of the earth, okay? The earth along with the planet revolves around the sun, okay? And the moon also revolves around the earth, okay? So there are times when these three heavenly bodies, that is the sun, the moon and the earth, gets aligned in the straight line, okay? And this is when an eclipse occurs, okay? Now first we will see solar eclipse, okay? Here we can see that sun, moon and earth, and the moon is in between the sun and the earth. Okay? So solar eclipse occur when the moon passes between the sun and the earth. Okay? And the moon blocks the rays of the sun to pass through the earth's surface. Okay? So the earth is in the shadow of the moon. Okay? And this occurs only in new moon day. Okay? And lunar eclipse. Here we see that the earth is in the middle. Okay? So lunar eclipse occurs when the earth is in between the sun and the moon, and the rays of the sun is blocked by the earth to pass through the moon. Okay? So the moon is in the shadow of the earth. Understand? So lunar eclipse occurs more frequently than solar eclipse. Okay? And it is very dangerous to see solar eclipse directly, even with sunglass. But it is not dangerous to see lunar eclipse directly with our own eyes. Okay? Because what happened? Because the moon does not give out its own light. Understand? That's why it is not dangerous to see lunar eclipse directly. Okay? I hope you understand movement of the earth. Whatever we have learned 3 things: rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth and eclipses. I hope you understand your lesson well. Student, this is your last chapter from your second term syllabus. Please go through the book again, and notes will be given in the website. Thank you.